That's my co-pilot Z. I am Sarah, the colorist.
I'm Z.
You're Z. We are working on this Wonder Woman picture by TomicArt's. Tomic, yeah.
I see Tomic's.
He asked me if I would color his picture for him, and then he jumped right in and came up with these really beautiful lines. So what I'm going to do today is knock out some of the smudges, the pencil smudges, since he's not inking it, and then I'm going to clean up his lines a little bit and get it ready for coloring. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this so that we always have our reference back here. We can see the changes. And we are going to adjust the levels. I'm going to bring up the dark side just a little bit to darken those pencil lines. Don't want to go too far because that will just enhance everything that you're trying to clean up. So just bring it up a little bit, and then bring the white side down to meet in the middle. You can see it change right there. Again, go too far, you're going to have nothing. So a little bit can go a long way. Alright, let's check it out already.
I have a tip.
What's your tip?
For everyone, the tip is you take your pencil and you lightly color this, and then you do like swirlies, and send that tip to Tomic.
You think Tomic needs some drawing advice, huh?
Yeah, he takes some advice at tip, right?
You can already see, like in her face right here, we're knocking out some of those pencil smudges.
Kinda.
We're going to adjust the levels a little bit more. So go to levels, let's do it again. Darken it up a little bit and brighten up the whites a little bit. Oh, that looks so much better. Let's look at that. You can see the pencil smudges. Boom. Pretty
Let me
clear.
see this pencil smudges.
Before? After?
Hey, go to before.
Nope, I'm going on. Alright, you can also, if you want to darken your lines a little bit and you're not happy with that, you can hit multiply, make a new layer and multiply it. And then if it's too strong, bring the opacity down. A little bit can go a long way again.
Yeah.
And the more you practice adjusting the lines, the better you'll get at it. Okay, let's merge those adjusted layers and let's see the difference here. Before and after. Alright. Okay, now what I'm going to go do is I'm going to start up here in the corner. And I'm going to zoom in, and I want to make sure that the paper doesn't have any weird little speckles or dots. I also want to clean up any smudges that adjusting the levels didn't take care of. I'm just going to go bit by bit and make sure the image is really clean.
I know where some dots are that are off picture.
Well,
on the other side.
I will get to them. So I'm using the pencil tool with a white color, just pure white, and I'm going to go on a new layer on top of it just in case I make a mistake. And I'm just going to go through and clean up any little thing, whatever I can just see on my screen area right here. I'm not going to worry about other things that are off my screen in another part of the image. I'm just going to focus on what I can see right here.
If your pencil breaks, make it like this.
Her funny pencil. It's good. It still works.
Tips.
It's
Or in between everything, I'll put tip or two on drawing
Good deal.
coloring.
And the more you practice cleaning up line art, the better you're going to get at deciding what needs to stay and what needs to go. Being familiar with the artist also helps because some people have a certain style and you don't want to take too much of their style out of it. You know, sometimes these little, if you can see it, the little extra points right here, those can actually give it some character. You don't want to just square it off all the time. You might, but in this case, we want to highlight the artist, highlight the penciler, and just help their work stand out.
Yeah.
Instead of taking away from it.
Kind of like Jimmy and you.
Yeah.
You guys never worked together because you have different styles.
Oh, different styles, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of different art styles in the comic world, huh? That's what's great about it, is there's so many different ways to draw the same thing. Nobody's drawings are going to be exactly the same. That's why art is awesome. Okay. This process is actually how I clean my colorings when I'm done with them too, or even my paintings. I go through, I zoom up really close, start at one edge of the image and just work up and down across the whole image, making sure that all the colors are where they're supposed to be. There's no weird pixels hanging out over lines, especially when I'm painting. Sometimes the digital watercolors will leak out and not, not be in their area, not stop. Yeah, thank you. Not stop where they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And you gotta zoom in and clean it all up and make sure they're exactly where they're supposed to be.
Sometimes I use these blue pens to like actually color blue.
Alright, we've reached the bottom of the page, and we're just going to slide it over a little bit to the next section and work our way right back up the image.
Nice.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright. So right here, Tomic has already shaded in this gem, the clasp of her cape. And because I'm going to color that in, I'm actually going to erase his shading, because his shading will all be done with the colors or the painting of it. If I leave that there, it might make an interesting texture. Excuse me. But it also has a high chance that it's just going to make it look rough and a little bit, I want to say a little bit dirty or something. It's going to leave a texture in there under or in with my paint or my coloring that looks very different, since the rest of the space is not pencil shaded. It's going to make it look different, and it's not necessarily something you want to have. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. Alright, that'll work. I'm going to leave the spot that he indicated where he wants it to be shiny.
just used like 3 paper clips to clip my paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, together.
I'm going to do the same thing with the eyes. I'm going to keep his basic lines, but I'm going to knock out this shading right here a little bit. Because I will paint this in black or dark. And especially on the white of the eyes, you want to keep that clean. The first thing, especially in female characters, that always draw attention, at least I believe so, is their hair. Gives them a lot of personality. So if their hair isn't done right, it can mess up people's perspectives of what the character's personality is. And their eyes. Their eyes are what you're going to be looking at. One of the very first things. So you got to make sure you get the eyes right and that they're clean and crisp and bright. Okay, right back up to the top. You want to check this white space on top and make sure that there's no dots or smudges. And move over a little bit and right back down. Okay, right here we have the star is poking out into this strand of hair. So the hair will be over the star, so we want to make sure we clear that end out right there. There we go.
That was awesome how it's like the star is covered by the hair with an easy fix.
Yeah, looks really good. Alright, making sure, like I said, make sure the hair is really clean. You're going to put a lot of work into the hair because that gives them a lot of personality. You don't want to have too many smudgy lines or anything that distract from all the good shapes that are there.
Can you go up so we can see the eye? From a distance, it kind of looks like he had a little color to it.
Oh, it looks a little shaded,
like a little,
huh?
Like a little bit of bronzish yellowish.
Oh, interesting.
Right at the eye right there.
So we have a little pencil mark coming out from the cape. We want to make sure we knock that out. Some vertical lines and some specks that are not helping. You want to make sure everything's going the right way. And that the curves here, like there's a point here, and make sure it's nice and smooth. Oops. Go too far, just undo, go back in, be a little more cautious. Super simple. We are almost there. We're going to slide over, do the last part right here. Move our way up, always scanning for the page for little things that probably shouldn't be there. Or little ones that you know if somebody looks at it, it's going to distract them. I'm going to help the artist keep the focus of the image where it's supposed to be without rearranging their whole picture. It's easy to go too far when you're first starting out. So sometimes less is more. Okay, I'm looking right here at this cape. He's got like a double line, so I'm going to clean that up just a little bit. It's not a full line, it's just a pencil sketch line. Here's another. What are you doing?
It means don't mess up. I put
Don't
dots
mess up.
Look at that. You can see little mess ups behind it, which are dots.
Oh, I see.
That I meant to
Don't
put
mess up sign, huh?
Yeah, I made up myself a don't mess up sign.
So I'm always looking over here. I have a second monitor that is my color proofing monitor. So I'm always looking over. It helps give me a different perspective. Make sure I'm not taking out too much.
Nope.
Right here, it's been sketched a little bit. I'm going to clean those up, make those lines solid. Make a match in there.
I think I lost perspective. I think making
No, you're fine.
I lost perspective.
Okay, I'm going to zoom down the edge just a little bit more. I'm going to get these little points. Take that out. These a little bit. All right, let's zoom out. Okay, I'm gonna merge these two layers, the adjusted layer and this, so we can see the difference. So here is the original scan, and Tomic had already done adjusting for brightness and contrast and things to knock out some of the smudges on his own. And then we've adjusted it and cleaned it, and now it looks like this.
I told you. Right there, see those little dots?
Oh, those are supposed to be there. It's like there's debris or something blowing across
Oh.
this action. Yeah. Helps put motion in there.
Action, I was thinking more of the action would be like her hair blowing and she's looking all serious and stuff.
She is. She's looking beautiful and serious. All right. We are going to save this, and then I'm going to turn it into a hold layer. Then we'll color. All right. I'm signing off for now. Got anything to say? No? All right. If you are making art and you are just starting out, comics, painting, whatever it is, drawing, give yourself permission to make some really ugly art. I know I did when I first started out. But no matter how ugly it is, there's something in there you're going to like, and you're going to learn from it each and every time. So, we'll be back in another one.
We're going to be back in the other one painting and stuff, so see ya.
See ya.
And then don't cut out.
And this is his art. He is
No,
making...
no, don't. That's like the
God.
cover screen. Now stop it.